So is it just me, or does this background look a lot more professional than normal? Hi there everyone, and today I'm going to do an update video for you lot. Now, basically this update video is going to be about my new Kindle, which I just got recently. I got it on Tuesday actually, and it's such a great device. I absolutely love it. And if you're wondering why I'm not doing a Fragment Friday, I've sort of decided to start doing Fragment Fridays now every 2 weeks. I just think it splits my videos up a bit more, because I know I'm now doing like 2 videos a week, and if one of them is a Fragment Friday, there's not much room for anything else, to be honest. So I thought doing one every 2 weeks would be better. And I know that most people do prefer like update videos or reviews or topic videos kind of thing, rather than the Fragment Fridays, which I know are not as popular. But nevertheless, there will still be Fragment Fridays for those who enjoy them, so don't worry. And let's just dive in and get on with my Kindle. So this is the screen of my Kindle, and it's really beautiful actually. I really do like it, and this is just the background that I have on at the moment. Basically, how it works is on the Kindle, you can put it on standby, and basically what happens is there's a random image on there, and it's really cool actually, because basically it just selects a random image, and it's usually of like an author or just some random things. This one is just of some birds, but I think it's still really nice, and it's sort of unpredictable, you know. You're thinking, oh, what background am I going to get next, and kind of thing. It's kind of fun. If you find that kind of thing fun, if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. So to turn it on, all we basically do is just slide this button right here, and it should change screen to my homepage, which is very nice. It's not very full at the moment, as you can see. I only have a few things on there, but obviously I only got it a few days ago, so that is understandable. But I think I'm just going to go through the things I do have and maybe talk a bit about each one before I get into more information about the Kindle. So firstly, I have Black Beauty by Anna Sewell, and I've finished reading that. There's going to be a review on it quite soon. Then I've got The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux, and this is probably the next book that I'm planning to read, because it was a free classic, and I've heard so many good things about this book actually. I definitely want to read it. Then we have the Oxford Dictionary of English, and I think this is a very, very useful thing about the Kindle actually. You know, there's a built-in dictionary on it, so if you don't know a word, you can just type it in and find out straight away. It's so much useful and so much quicker than actually if you had to pick a dictionary off your shelf and look for it. Then we have the new Oxford American Dictionary. Obviously this is useful if you're in the US. And then I have a sample book, and I have a sample of the Mortal Instruments Book 1, City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. Basically, I've been talking to someone in school about this, and I'm not sure if I'm going to like it or not. They absolutely love it, but I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to like it or not. So I thought, I'm getting a Kindle, so I may as well buy a sample on there, and the samples are all free. You can get samples of any book, any single book. Just get a sample, you get at least one chapter. So much useful. And I think that this really does help you decide if you want to get a book or not, because basically, I'm always unsure if I'm actually going to like a book that I buy, and I sometimes end up buying books that I don't actually like. So I think definitely the sample idea is very, very good actually. And actually, even if I plan to buy a book from Waterstones or somewhere in actual physical form, I am actually probably going to start looking at the samples and reading them before buying, just to make sure that I'm actually going to like it. And then there is a welcome message. It's just called Welcome Jack. Then Kindle User's Guide 3rd edition by Amazon. And then here at the bottom we have an archived items. So if we go into here, we just have a Kindle User's Guide. By the way, if you do have a Kindle, can you tell me how to add something to the archives? Because basically, I've read Black Beauty and I want to add it to the archives, but I don't know how. So if you do know how, please tell me, and that'll be really, really appreciated. So I think before we move on, I'm just going to sort of explain why I got a Kindle. Yet I haven't actually explained why. I've been thinking for a while about e-readers and e-books, and I thought I wanted to give it a go, and basically that is why I got one. Basically, I was given £100 by my parents, and I also put £50 towards it, and we got the Kindle. Here is the product of that money. So it's a very beautiful thing. I really do like it actually. I think a lot of people are against e-readers, and I thought I would not like them actually. I thought I'd be against them. But actually, after reading just one book on my Kindle, I absolutely love them. I think they're very, very good. The books on here are cheaper than if you bought them in paperback or hardback. And there's a lot of free books as well, which I absolutely love. You know, the books I have so far, I haven't paid anything for them. And I think quite a lot of the books on my Kindle I'm just going to get free. You know, the free books are very, very good actually. I've really enjoyed reading Black Beauty, which was a free one. That's just a general information about why I got my Kindle and sort of what's on it. And now I'm going to look at the more advanced features. Let's go into a bit more depth about it. So the one I have is the Kindle keyboard 3G plus Wi-Fi, and you can actually get this I think without the 3G. It's a lot cheaper, but I wanted the 3G so so I could download books absolutely anywhere, and I could also browse the internet as well. In a minute I'm going to talk about the browser, which is actually really, really good. And also it's an e-ink screen, which is absolutely amazing because basically you can read it absolutely anywhere as well. You know, you can read it in the bright sunlight or anything. You can't read it in the dark though. I know a lot of people have actually asked, can you read this in the dark? No, you can't. It's designed to be just like an actual book, but I love how you can read it in the sun because things like iPads and stuff, they reflect the sunlight. You know, even if you've just been on your laptop outside, I've realised how annoying it is basically to read outside with an LCD screen that is backlit. And this is an e-ink screen. Now, a lot of people might say, but it looks a bit old-fashioned. And actually, e-readers and e-ink screens are very advanced, actually. You know, they're not easy things by the looks of it to make. And they're really, really cool, actually. Definitely a very advanced e-ink screen, you know. It does look like an absolutely real book, you know. That's great. So here at the bottom we have the menu button. If I just click on it, it'll bring the kind of thing up here. You can turn the wireless off and you can shop in the Kindle store, view archived items, search, create a new collection, sync and check for items, settings and experimental. And I would like to talk about the experimental feature on this because I think in a way it's a hidden feature actually that Amazon don't really talk about much, but it's actually really, really good. And you can actually go on the web with this. And I think that's great because it's free G and there's no annual contracts or anything like that, or monthly bills or anything like you would pay, like you would for most 3G things such as a mobile phone. You know, you pay for the Kindle and that's it. You don't pay anything else for the 3G. Obviously you pay an added price at the beginning, but then there's nothing else to pay. So it's definitely a great deal. So if I just go into the launch browser thing by clicking it, it'll basically come up with the web browser, and as you can see it's loading at Google right now. I just need to reload that web page and it should load up in an instant. It's very, very quick actually. I don't think it's slow at all. I mean, for most people that would be very, very slow, but my internet at home is ridiculously slow, you know. Some pages take minutes to load, so I think the 3G aspect is very, very fast. If you have a very fast internet at home, to be honest, you'll probably find it quite slow, but I think it's quite good. You know, just to look through various things like emails or articles on the internet, those kind of things. Definitely try not to load up pages with loads of images and stuff on there because it takes ages to load them. It really does, but simple pages, they load up in an instant. So I think I may as well just show you Google just loading up sort of an article or something. So I'm just going to type in reading with Jack, and I'm not sure if there'll be anything up there, but you know, that seems topical. And we just go and Google search, it'll load up and it should come up with reading with Jack. And as you can see right here, you can zoom in so you can read it in a good detail and a good sort of sight. You don't have to strain your eyes. And oh, I'm on writing with writers. Poetry writing, no idea why. Tag archives, Jack reading on Facebook. Yeah, I don't think anything comes up with my actual YouTube channel, but I do know that on Google Images, I do come up as a picture, but it's on my old account, which is the Dougie owner. So I'll just search that. Whilst that's loading, basically I just want to say that obviously as it is an e-ink screen, there won't be any colour on the internet, so you can't look at really good images or anything, but basically it's all in black and white. But I think it's good just for quite simple use, you know, very basic use. It's not too bad. And here is the image now. I've loaded it, and I was actually correct with May 2011. This was a book haul from 1st of May 2011. No idea how I remembered that, but I guess I just did. And a final thing I'd like to show you is if you press this AA button at the bottom, you can come up with a screen rotation, which is very useful actually if you're on the internet. You can just go sort of like to a landscape view kind of thing, and it's easy to see things, so definitely that's useful if you're browsing the internet. And now I think I'm just going to quickly show you the Kindle store, because that's another important thing that I actually really like. I might just download a free sample just to show you how it works. So it just has to connect wirelessly, and then it should come up with loads of books. So I'm going to go on the Hunger Games because I love it so much. And if we just search the Hunger Games, sorry, I'm just typing, it won't be a minute, and if we search the store, it should load up and it should come up with the Hunger Games. It's taking its time right now. Here we are. So if we go in the Hunger Games trilogy, that's the first book, of course. I assume most of you will have read the Hunger Games. You know, it's an absolutely bestseller. It's so good. And once it's loaded, it comes up with this screen, which is basically, I know I can't show it in much detail, but basically it talks about what the book is and the prices and stuff. So it here says that the digital list price is £6.29, the print list price is £7.99, and the Kindle price is £2.70. So you do actually save 66%, which is £5.29 on the Kindle. So obviously that is a great saving, you know. How can you resist buying the book on the Kindle, you know? Maybe when I have some more money on my Amazon account, actually I might buy the Hunger Games on my Kindle, just so so I can take it on holiday when I go on holiday. I just think it's more convenient to take on holiday rather than taking loads of books. But I'm not going to buy it right now. I'm just going to go on here which says try a sample. I just click on that, and basically what it will do is it will just connect wirelessly again, and then it says a message here. It says, Jack, we are sending you a free sample and it will automatically appear in your home screen when the download is complete. And that takes usually less than a minute, less than 60 seconds is what they guarantee. And if we just wait a minute, and then I'll show you what happens when it comes up. And the samples are not very long, but they're definitely very useful, like I mentioned earlier, if you want to decide whether or not to get the full book. And it's done. So the first book here is now the Hunger Games trilogy. As it says there, it's a sample, but it's great nevertheless. And that just took a few seconds to download, so it was absolutely superb. Just click on this, and I will just go onto the cover so we can see the cover. 1 minute. So this is the cover, and I think it looks absolutely amazing on the Amazon Kindle. Actually, it's black and white, but the actual edition is actually black and white anyway, kind of thing. It's more silver, but black and white kind of silver kind of colours, and it looks really nice on the Kindle actually. And then you just scroll through by clicking this button, and obviously you read your sample. So the clickers, there's actually clickers on each side, so that accommodates if you're a lefty or a righty. No discrimination there by Amazon. And to be honest, that's all I really have to say about my Kindle, to be honest. I'm very, very impressed by it. I absolutely love it, I think it's great. Actually, right after filming this, I'm probably going to edit the video and post it, and then I'm going to read some more because, I really, really love it so much. It's great, actually, and that is all really I can say about it, I would maybe rate it 9 out of 10 if you wanted a rating, or maybe 4.5 out of 5. I do still prefer physical paper books, but this is so convenient, and the books in it are great prices, and I think it's a great device. So, Amazon have done a great job with this, they really have. So that's going to be everything for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope I explained everything well and everything, and generally I hope it was a good video. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, share and subscribe, and I'll see you all again later.